I'm your host, BrightLearn, and today we have a truly captivating conversation to share with you. Recently, Mike Adams of brighteon.com sat down with the legendary Martin Armstrong, the man behind Armstrong Economics, to discuss some of the most pressing issues in our global economy. From the panic surrounding gold to the future of the US dollar, and even the role of AI in our society, this interview is packed with insights you won't want to miss. So, let's jump right in. First up, let's talk about gold. As many of you know, gold prices have surged past $2,900 an ounce, and there's a growing sense of panic as the Bank of England struggles to deliver physical gold on time. Armstrong explains that this isn't just about tariffs or inflation. Historically, gold rises when there's a loss of confidence in government or during geopolitical tensions. He points out that gold is a global standard, unlike oil, which has different types like Texas crude and Brent crude. This makes gold a unique hedge against government instability. Armstrong also dismisses the idea of returning to a gold standard, arguing that it would require a complete overhaul of the political system. He believes the real issue is the unsustainable nature of debt-based money. The U.S. government's reliance on borrowing has made the dollar more vulnerable, especially as other countries explore alternatives like trading in their own currencies. The conversation then shifts to the geopolitical landscape. Adams asks about the possibility of the dollar being partially backed by gold, a concept that Armstrong dismisses as unrealistic. He emphasizes that the dollar's strength is tied to the credibility of the U.S. government, which is increasingly being questioned. The ongoing tensions with Europe and America's aggressive trade policies are only adding to the uncertainty. Armstrong also highlights the neoconservative influence in Europe, particularly in NATO, where there's a push to maintain relevance by exaggerating the threat posed by Russia. This, he argues, is driving up gold prices as investors seek a safe haven. The situation in Europe is further complicated by the economic fallout from sanctions against Russia, which have crippled Germany's economy and could potentially lead to a depression by 2028. Next, they discuss the recent shutdown of USAID, which Adams describes as a giant slush fund of corruption and fraud. Armstrong recounts his own experience with attempts at regime change, particularly in Russia during the late 1990s. He reveals that he was approached to invest in Hermitage Capital as part of a scheme to oust former Russian President Boris Yeltsin and install a more U.S.-friendly leader. He refused, and the subsequent fallout included the infamous money plane scandal, where billions of dollars were allegedly laundered through New York banks. Armstrong's insights into these events shed light on the deep-seated corruption and the lengths to which some will go to manipulate global politics. He also touches on the irony of Hillary Clinton's Russiagate narrative, suggesting it was a deflection from her own involvement in these schemes. The conversation takes an exciting turn as they delve into the world of AI. Armstrong shares his thoughts on the rise of AI models like DeepSeek and OpenAI, comparing them to his own AI system, Socrates, which has been in operation for over 40 years. He believes AI has the potential to revolutionize the economy by automating mundane tasks and allowing humans to focus on higher-level decision-making. Armstrong also discusses the implications of AI in fields like medicine and law, suggesting that AI could replace judges and doctors in certain capacities. However, he acknowledges the limitations of AI, particularly in areas that require human intuition and understanding of complex social dynamics. As the interview wraps up, Armstrong reflects on the challenges facing central banks today. He argues that the traditional tools of monetary policy are no longer effective in a world dominated by debt. The loss of confidence in these institutions could have dire consequences, as evidenced by the 1987 stock market crash. Armstrong emphasizes the importance of understanding the real problems at hand to navigate the uncertain future. Before signing off, Adams reminds listeners to visit armstrongeconomics.com for more insights and interviews. He also encourages sharing this conversation on other platforms to spread awareness. And there you have it, folks, a whirlwind tour of some of the most pressing issues in our world today. I hope you found this conversation as enlightening as I did. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. And as always, thank you for tuning in to BrightLearn. Until next time, take care and stay curious.
This has been a BrightLearn.ai summary of an interview between Martin Armstrong and Mike Adams on February 12, 2025. The full interview is available at brighteon.com, where you can also find podcasts and special reports by Mike Adams and other creators. Visit naturalnews.com for full editorial coverage of this interview and breaking news on critical stories that will keep you informed and aware of what's really going on.